Hello, welcome to my studio. My name is Smiso Cele. I'm an artist, originally from Cassirer and Potchefstroom, and now based here in Johannesburg. Yeah, this is my studio at Bag Factory, close to the end of my 3-month residency. It's a Cassirer Welz Award residency. I work across mediums, but I usually move from drawing to the next thing. So drawing becomes the grounding medium. I mean, I did a residency here in 2023, and it culminated in a solo exhibition at Constitutional Hill. So it was a Young and Unframed program where an artist is paired with a curator. So it was 3 artists, 3 curators. I was in the same studio actually. It was, that's when the relationship started. And then I find myself here again 2 years or a year later. I mean, residencies give one room to make work. I'm a recent graduate, and like I said, I'm from KZN and Potchefstroom, where not much is happening in the arts. And so getting these residencies is very helpful because I get to keep in the city. Make work because there's fundings and stuff. So it's been really, really helpful. I work from a very small idea. I mean, I can think of how I arrived at working with this objects, shovels. It was just me trying to, to think with my relationship with the domestic space and how it moves through to, engaging with other things that are more public. So I think I learn about the work as I make and as I spend time with it, more than knowing before I work that this is what I'm doing. And I guess because I've worked on this for like a year now, I've sort of encountered things that are very tangible. Can you use that word? Yeah. I grew up in a small house, and the bedroom I shared with my sibling was used as a storage space. It was used as a storage space, and one of the objects that are memorable was shovels, ikeja. I don't know what ikeja is in English. And then after moving to Joburg, I remember in theory I was just working with so I was writing about the same artwork over and over. I remember my first essay I wrote I wrote about an artwork by Gerard called Song of the Pig. And it, the artwork is, what is this? It's a scene of 9 men working in the field, and they all have their picks up, so they are all sharing the same stance. And that artwork was an artwork that in high school, when I had a teacher that didn't follow the syllabus, so he would give us the same artwork and say, write about this work. And so get to university, still work with the same artwork. First year, third year, and first year, second year, third year, yeah. And then fourth year, I was like, I may not do that because I'm not learning anything. This work kind of became a visual reading of the same artwork, except I was doing something that is opposite from what the artist maybe was trying to do. But one interesting thing was that Gerard Sekoto's practice started in Sophiatown, and my practice was started in Auckland Park, which is the same place but a different name. And then, yeah, I started thinking about how the place was once, like I said, was once Sophiatown, and how migrant laborers, and I liked thinking of myself as a migrant laborer. I started thinking about things like migration as part of my work, but also what was interesting was that I was using an object that tells something about human displacement, which is the shovel. I don't write as often as I would like to, but I try to I do it as a way of reflecting on maybe after finishing a body of work. I write about it and just think about it now that it's done, or that iteration of a project is done. Try to reflect and think about all those things and do a bit of research about the work. Those portraits made, it's possible everything I made, and the thinking around the exhibition that is happening at Back Factory. The show is closing on the 31st of January. It's titled Ngiboneleni. So shortly after my previous residency, I just wanted to take a break without sitting and not doing anything completely. So I started working or making those self-portraits. I have about 14, 15 of them. And then I started thinking a lot about the idea of a portrait, which moved me into a couple of objects. I think it's something that I've mentioned. So, I guess what's next now would be how I sort of moved from this to the exhibition that I have outside. So I can just, so I guess first I have to start by talking about the award. So the award is a Cassirer Welz Award, and it is made possible by 3 institutions. It's Back Factory, Strauss Co, and the French Institute of South Africa. But I think in this exhibition, one thing that is, I make use of 2 objects, which is the shovels and bread clips. And it was, the whole thing was just, I think, my way of, so I jokingly call myself an artist that works between Johannesburg and Cassirer Potchefstroom, or let me say Kwamalake Potchefstroom, where my home is. But I never do any work that side. I only make work this side. And so I think I was moving around the ideas of home is where the heart is, but also my heart is my home. And so I was reflecting on how I always make reference to things that happened back home.
And then the title, Ngiboneleni, like you said something very nice the last time when you were explaining it.
Yeah. So the title is Ngiboneleni. It's a question. But we use it differently. So this is a phrase I'm familiar with from my mother. Also, it translates to why did I say it, literally. And it's a phrase that I'm familiar with from my mother. She uses it as a way of calling out one's uncontrollable desire to overuse or overeat something that is not usually around. With this very same phrase, I call out my obsessive return to object as a way of reckoning with this distance between myself and home. And I decided to pair the phrase, particularly the phrase with the bread clip. And that was because of how I also, in this very, very space, I obsessively eat bread. It was also this thing of pairing the bread clip with the phrase Ngiboneleni was also how I also eat the thing. So eat the bread clip or just chew it, have it in my mouth until the next meal. I used it as a so I've been since I don't know when, like a long time ago when I started home, still in primary school, I would have the thing in my mouth, like I said, chew on it, and sometimes as a comfort stimulation, but also as just having it in my mouth in place for a chewing gum. Well, first I tried to make them unfit for purpose. I think it is obvious throughout that I make them unfit for purpose, very difficult to use. And that was, first I thought if the handle is a bit further than the head, then the use will obviously be difficult. And then it moved to banding and cutting. So there I did say that I'm using the same image to draw. I'm referencing the same image, and so drawing all those faces from the same image or reference. And this is the face that I'm using. It's my face. It's a photograph I took in 2023 with the help of a friend. And this one was basically my way of giving off the idea of these things being self-portraits, but instead of having a face in all of them, I decided to have a face in just one, to have many faces in just one, I guess, to reflect how there's also many objects in space, and they all work as self-portraits. Exhibitions. I guess, I mean, if you're saying something and you wish for that something to be heard, if you're saying or doing something and you wish for it to be heard, you just have to show. Yeah, I have to do these exhibitions, but also I think it's nice to participate and be part of this bigger, I guess, the bigger South African art scene.
I was struck by what I saw on the ground. And I just saw this tool of production. And I looked at the pieces. I immediately became emotional because I could relate to the pieces. I saw a tool of production. I saw the movement of economy, the economic activity.
My name is Alexandra Picasso, and if I had to find one way to describe the show, it would be relatability.
Chevy Homie.
It feels very nostalgic for me. I don't know what they're called actually. The clippers or what? Yeah, they unlock like a certain childhood memory, and it feels very true to my childhood. I think that's what I'm getting from.
So cool, man. I'm really excited to see where your practice goes. And again, I think you're going to land in Europe. Don't forget about us. Please leave us one plinth or something so we can hold on to Smiso. Yeah, but thanks.